magtulungan kahit anong pandemya, bagyo, anong pagsubok, tayo po ay makakabangon. At ang pagiging bayani natin ng mga Pilipino, hindi lamang tayo ay mag-voice ng ating buhay. Tumulong po tayo makabangon ng ating ekonomiya para tayo po ay consider na rin na mga bayani. Tayo rin po ay nananawagan sa ating mga kababayan at suportahan natin itong mga kababayan natin, itong mga MSCP natin na nandito. Maraming salamat po at isang magandang umaga po muli sa lahat.
All right, welcome to the third day of the webinar series of our virtual National Trade Fair organized by the Bureau of Domestic Trade Promotions of the Department of Trade and Industry. Magandang umaga po ulit. My name is Grace Gayoso and I'll be your host for today. And later, we will still be giving out yung ating special gift boxes for our lucky registrants. Ayan, no? Courtesy, of course, of Coco Plus Development Aquarian Corporation and Hiniliban Foundation Inc. and Everything Green PH. Ayan, so make sure to stick around, no? Dahil ibibigay natin yan within the webinar, within the day, no? Within the day. Kaya as long as you are here and nakasulat ang inyong tamang pangalan dyan sa inyong mga screens, you are qualified to join. Ayan, alright. So ready na tayo, no? Today naman, app-based platforms will be presenting, no, their online services, facilities, and networking capabilities to help boost sales and also to help delivery of the products para sa mga consumers. So to talk about the benefits of selling online and also to provide insights on Filipino online shoppers, ayan, let's welcome the Business Development Head of Lazada, Mr. Petrus Paolo Carbonell.
Hi. Good morning everyone. Good morning talaga. Thank you Gayo for that introduction. Highly appreciated. And actually to everybody who's here right now, thank you for tuning in and joining me here. Again, thank you for inviting us. No, especially sa DTI, no, Lazada naman, we've always wanted to help mga consumers and especially mga businesses online. And today, we'll go through a little bit of that. And then if you have any questions, I will allot some time at the end so that you can take a look at ano ba yung pinag-usapan natin. So this morning, benefits of online selling and the online Filipino shopper. Of course, some of you might already be having their online shop, some yung wala pa, but let me try to cover a range of topics. If may questions kayo, the DTI can send it to me after, or you can type your questions in the chat down there, and then I will try to answer later on. Okay, so today, ano bang gagawin natin? No? Basically, I will talk about three things. Yung e-commerce in general, some trends, and then ano ba yung adjustments ni Lazada during this past few months. Lalo na in context of yung pandemya natin. How have we adjusted? What is new? And what is in store for mga MSMEs tulad natin? Okay. So, even way before, no? Southeast Asia in general was already a very big target para sa ating mga wide platforms all around the world. Amazon was there, Alibaba, we also see JD.com. Again, Alibaba in the 2 billion investment news, CEO here in March 2018. And look where we are now, 2021, and it's still poised for growth. Now, everybody will say na parang we know a lot of these platforms already. Like for me, Lazada, right? Sino bang di nakakilala? All across the nation, we're seeing the name of all these platforms selling. You might have bought already, you might have sold already on Lazada, but are we still saying that there's a lot of room for growth? Actually, yes. Yes na yes. Back in 2019, yung internet economy natin, which comprises of 4 basic pillars or basic segments here, which is e-commerce, online travel, ride-hailing, and online media. Yan po yung internet economy natin. And e-commerce is one of them. So yung selling and buying of goods online through an internet or the electronic medium is called e-commerce. And even then, no, 2019, we were estimating 39% CAGR growth from 6 years. Now, fast forward 2020, last year, how was it? Diba? How was it ba talaga? Looking at the Philippines alone, it was actually accelerated. Even before the pandemic, no mga January, February last year, or even 2019, we were expecting that the e-commerce would grow. And 2020 accelerated this. Why? Because a lot of consumers, that ng mga ating mga customer, pumunta sila online to buy. And if you look at the statistics here, we're seeing that in the Philippines, the estimate, and actually this might be a small estimate, but it's one of the most widely looked at. The estimate for 2020 was around $4 billion. This is according to the Google Temasek Bain e-commerce economy report Southeast Asia in 2020. So this one is the latest one. In 2025, look at it, the growth is up to $15 billion. So in peso terms, medyo malaki yan. Di ba? 2020, it's around 20 billion, 200 billion pesos. In the 2020, you're looking at almost times 4 nung what we have now. Where will the growth come from? Of course, it's from our new customers. So during the pandemic, again, it was accelerated, meaning we saw a lot of customers go into e-commerce. Mga transactions nila that they used to do offline, they went to go and do it online. So ano po ba yung mga trends na nakikita natin? So first and foremost, during the quarantine, nakita natin that platforms like Lazada and the e-commerce has allowed businesses to continue operations, right? Amidst the quarantine and delivering goods straight to the customers. Before, tindahan model tayo. Now it's the same, but it's online. So, lalong-lalo na po para sa mga MSMEs natin. We were able to make it so that they can operate safely from home. Goods will be delivered with care. And yung mga essentials, lalo na, will be delivered to the house or kung saan man yung ating customer. Now, we're talking about Filipino online shoppers now. For Lazada alone, the customer distribution is mga 59% female, 41% male. And hindi na po tayo kailangan manghula. Karamihan po ng ating mga customers buy through their mobile phones. Kaya po halos lahat ng ating mga transactions ay mga buyers ay nandoon po sa ating app. So basta na-download nila at bumibili sila doon, karamihan siya. And one thing that's very important to note is that the businesses are most of the time and largely nationwide businesses. Once you have an online store, you can serve practically almost the whole Philippines. Now, some things that e-commerce can bring to you. Before, you had to do your own marketing. You had to have your own high site traffic, diba? Millions of daily site visits. Saan ko kayo makikita ng milyones na mga customer na pwedeng maging possible buyers ninyo? Social media's there and top sites in the Philippines. So what are we trying to say? That a lot of people already are going online. No matter the age. So a lot of questions will be asking. So baka unahan ko na ngayon, ano po ba yung age na bumibili? It's a very widespread. So from as early as 18 years old until mga 60, 70 years old, we have customers who are buying on Lazada platform and across the nation in a lot of other platforms. Now, the question is, paano ba nag-change yung ating customers? So, a lot of us are businesses already, right? And yung mga businesses natin, how does it change? And a while ago, I was seeing a lot of the customers, marami dyan as FMCG and the mga general merchandise, tulad ng mga handicrafts and a lot of food. How was it changed, right? So, again, this one is pretty obvious. No? Shift from offline to online. And one important statistic here, this is a business world statistic, like 55% are likely to permanently purchase their groceries online after the crisis. So meaning they tried buying it, they tried buying online, siguro maliit lang na purchase muna, but now more than half of them will still become permanent e-commerce customers. So they will continue to buy their groceries online. 25% have shifted away from their primary stores, or which 50% have no intention to going back to their old ways of doing it. Because they found that it's very convenient. But again, there will be a shift. No, there is a shift from offline to online. Some of the consumer behavior that we're seeing, they're going online. Consumer demand. So paano ba naapektuhan yung demand? 33% daw will switch brands of consumers during the course of the crisis, of which 20% have no intention of switching back to their original brands. So we will see a lot of switching. And you see a lot of the facts here. And generally, what we're seeing is that the demand will change. Because people now have access to internet and a lot more choices. Because online, you will see a lot of choices. Dati, what you see in the store, yun lang yung choice na. Ngayon, they're able to compare a local brand, a national brand, an international brand, depending sa need nila. And for new brands, it is actually an opportunity. So, if you are a local brand, diba, dati it is hard to compete, especially now in this trade fair. It makes it a little bit easier to compete on a national scale. Access is very important, and that is one of the thrusts of a marketplace platform like Lazada. So, leading brands, yung stronghold nila, medyo na iba yan. And there's a big chance for us to break into that. Now, it does not mean to say that the customers will change automatically. Diba? For our businesses, of course, there is some investment involved. Not in terms of money all the time, but also in terms of effort. Talking to the customer, making sure that our content is online. Yung ating mga, ano ba yung nasa online, dapat na, or ano yung mga specs ng products natin are very clear to the customer. And yung experience nila, dapat when they expect it, that yung bibili nila, they get what they're actually buying. Ano ba yung new customers natin according to Nielsen? Back in April 2020 pa to, but this has remained very true until today. Heightened health awareness. So there's a more demand for health and wellness products. Local, organic are also part of this. Fresher, healthier alternatives to everyday products. And more shelf space for healthy products. Kasi people are now more conscious about the health. Renewed desire to stay at home. If they can do something, kung may pwede silang bilhin sa bahay na lang, without risking their health by going out, they will definitely do that. And shoppers will more likely buy more per trip, or at least online, bigger baskets, meaning dati bibili nila 50 pesos worth para matry. Ngayon, because of a lot of reasons, particular na dyan is a delivery fee, they will more likely buy a bigger basket size para masulit yung shipping na yan. Especially if may mga free shipping na mga promotions, yan. And there is a more incentive to upsize or multi-pack. Meaning dati, kung isa na 50 pesos yung item yon, isang bote lang bibilhin, they might likely buy now mga 10 more or a few more para masulit yung kanilang trip. And again, this one is consistent with what we were seeing a while ago. Less loyal, more experimental. They are likely to try new brands. And very important is out of stock. Kasi if they do not see it there, they're not going to buy it. Right? And tighter budget. Very important ngayon ang masulit yung kanilang pinaghirapang pera. So, value for money offerings. So may promotions, very important. Private or local brands may be more attractive with the price advantage, and to review yung mga sensitivities ng mga thresholds. So we see a lot of customers na were affected during the pandemic, and they are very sensitive ngayon to changes in price. Now, new retail. How about the new retail? We're seeing more e-commerce adoption. So before, if the usual sales channels were offline, I want to be in area 1, area 2, area 3, and retailer 1, 2, 3. Now, e-commerce is also a viable option for them to buy something. And in fact, especially for the younger generation, e-commerce is now a part of their options to buy. So kumbaga, kung ako yung isang customer, ang iniisip ko dyan is, saan ko ba bibilhin yung item na to? And where do I discover? So usually, mag-search yan, and then magko-compare. And then, saan ko ba pwedeng bilhin to? Is there a close by store that I can buy? O kailangan ko bang dayuhin dun sa medyo mas malayo? Or is it available online? And now they have to compare. If I am looking at siguro pamasahin na 50 pesos, tricycle, jeep, and something to go somewhere, is it cheaper for me now to buy online? So that cost of mobility versus the cost of delivery is a very big consideration for our customers. Neighborhood stores will continue to thrive kasi nandyan lang sila. If they're more available, it is better for them kasi kilala din nila. And the stronger retailer-supplier partnerships, of course. We have to ensure that the stock is available. Some of our sellers, nung kinakausap namin yan, ano ba yung mga naging problema nila? It's yung mga supply. It was hard to get supply because of a lot of the different reasons. Dati, it was easy to buy packaging material. Now, it's different. But now, after 2020, ngayon 2021, a lot of businesses have already, adjusted and have gotten their inventory and stocking better. And technology is very important now, and behavioral change is there. So, e-payments, mobile banking, they will be very crucial to your business. And a lot of customers, you will see them asking, can I pay through GCash, for example? Or can I pay through different banks? So those are different things that you need to consider as a business. And new channels direct to consumer. Ngayon, if you are a brand, you might want to think about going directly to the consumer. Or if you want to maintain that relationship with your mga resellers, then how can they tap into that new channel as a business? And a lot of things like live streaming. How can your brands or how can your business engage yung mga customers natin? Yan po ang ating pag-uusapan in a few minutes. So now, after talking about the consumer, let's talk about e-commerce trends. So dati, there are 3 trends I want to talk about here. First is customer experience. So dati transactional na parang, kailangan ko to bilhin kasi hindi ko mahanap offline. Ngayon, lifestyle na. Anong ibig sabihin po niyan? Maraming mga customers now who want to discover. And e-commerce is now part of their lifestyle. Meaning, hindi na lang po sila nandun to just buy something. They are there to discover. They are there to watch content. So may mga live streaming tayo. Titignan, pinapanood nila. They're there to play games. It's now a lifestyle destination. And in fact, kung ako ay isang customer, in a week, most likely, I will go to my e-commerce app. For example, on Lazada, they will go to Lazada. They will do a lot of things there. Magko-collect sila ng coins. Of course, mag-search na sila ng product. Manood sila ng favorite influencer nila. Or sometimes yung show nila that's also live streaming on TV, they will also be there. Second is payment method. From COD, they're going to electronic payments. And the third is yung business model. Especially for businesses, now we were looking at a retail model largely before. But now we're also looking at marketplace platform. And we're continuing to see that the business model is either creating their own marketplace platform or plugging into one of those. Ngayon, again, a constant question sa akin is, e-commerce has grown last year, and we have seen that, very obvious yun. Is there room for me, my business, to be on Lazada, for example? And this is, the stat I'm showing is very telling. On the average, this might have grown in the past few months or past few years, but on the average, a Lazada customer will engage on the platform maybe once a week, twice a week, or 3 times a month. No? But this might change, you know. Pero malayo pa yan dun sa pwedeng mangyari, which is on another foreign app, you will see 7 times a day na engagement on the platform. So yung monthly natin, hindi pa siya daily nung iba. So ibig sabihin, ang laki pa ng opportunity for a brand to come in and engage your customers. I've been talking a while ago about how do I engage. So even if there's a lot of assortment already, you have a big chance to go to your customer because there's a personalization involved. If you're a buyer and if you want to look at it right now, kung meron kayong Lazada app at may katabi kayo na may Lazada app, then buksan ninyo yung app ninyo at tignan nyo, magkaiba ang lumalabas na mga items na nakasuggest. Lalo na pag na-scroll up kayo ng a little bit, makikita ninyo na yung items na pinapakita sa inyo na just for you, ay just for you talaga, personalized yan, based on yung history ninyo. This increases the chance for more relevant products to be discovered by yung inyong by inyong mga customer. Live streaming, real time, pwede niyo kausapin. So dati ang dream natin yan, mga barang customer na ma-replicate natin yung mga offline na parang habang kinakausap ko yung customer, nandun ako sa, for example, sa bazaar or sa um, something like that na may offline event, sa may isang event, I'm talking to the customer, pwede ko rin siyang bentahan. This is also possible on e-commerce. Image scan is also there. And also, of course, may mga games. And you can be part of the games. Kasi you can offer your product as a price dun sa inyong games. So parang you can market your brand or your product, your business, through all of these na available online. At marami pang iba. But these are just some of the things that buyers or mga customer can do to discover your brands. Second trend again was a payment method. So wallet share natin has been growing. And we are seeing that more and more customers are coming into yung platform and using electronic payment as a source of or as a mode of payment. So again, we have GCash later to talk about this, but just know that this one will continue to grow in the future. And actually, for businesses, no, cash is very expensive. Pag COD yan, transactions fail more than 10 times for a lot of different reasons. So you will expect that us as Lazada, we will also continue to promote wallet and non-COD transactions more because it's better for the customer, for the platform, as well as the buyer. And one of the ways we do that is to make sure that a lot of partners are there. So we'll see banks, other electronic wallets, customer rewards, and employee rewards. So if you want to, kung meron mga businesses dyan na non-product and you think na you also meron kayong fintech or other businesses that you want to go into Lazada wallet, just let us know. And again, so don't be afraid kasi as much as possible we want to replicate kung ano ba yung ginagawa offline to online. So kung medyo mataas yung mga items niyo, mataas yung presyo, 'di ba? Uso sa atin yung gives o hinahati-hati yung amount according to yung kakayahan ng buyer na monthly. So this is also available on the Lazada app. And it is one benefit para sa inyong mga businesses. And then lastly, the business model as a platform, right? It's again facilitating exchanges as compared only to the linear business where you take in components, you create finished products, you manufacture it, and then you sell it to the customer. So some of the platforms globally, so kung mahilig tayo mag-Facebook, that's also a platform. Alibaba is there. Lazada is of course there. Airbnb, Grab, Spotify, Google, all of these are platforms globally. And the beautiful thing about this is platforms are here locally to serve yung mga businesses like yours. Talking about a marketplace platform lang and a business model. What is the role of a marketplace platform and how can it serve you? So of course, audience building. Fast and easy sign up, both on the buyer side and also for a seller side like you. Matchmaking, of course, personalization. Because we only want, kung ikaw ay buyer, you do not want to see so many things that is not related to you. So as much as possible, we want to make it relevant to the buyer by offering the products that they want to see. So if a buyer is inclined already to buy mga local items and they've been searching for it and they've been buying for it, like for example, products that I saw a while ago, mga soap, local, what do you call this? Virgin coconut oil, for example. So they will be, that will be easier for them to find. Rules and standards to ensure that it's fair for both the buyer and seller. And of course, tools and services so that it will be easier for your business to be able to do business. So just to explain a little bit on the marketplace platform, how does it happen? No? So in a nutshell, basically, ang ginagawa po ng platform like us is to connect the buyer and the seller so that they will be able to meet in the middle. So sila Lazada yan. So you will be your independent business. So kumbaga ang tanong dyan sa akin parati is, paano ba yung pricing? Titingnan niyo ba siya o hindi? Nasa inyo po yun. The pricing is totally up to you and to sell to the customer. Right? It is mostly local here in the Philippines. But there's also a cross-border model na galing abroad. But mostly local. the biggest part of our business is local sellers, either on last mall or the marketplace. We do have a retail model, but it's very limited, where we buy inventory from suppliers and then sell to customers. But the main model is actually independent business selling to customers. So customers niyo. Now, we have two basic logistic models for fulfillment. So fulfilled by seller, meaning kayo yon, or fulfilled by Lazada. So dalawang business yan. But almost all of our transactions goes through our first mile sa amin and then delivered to the customer. So yan po ang basic na nangyayari. Now, one advantage of going to a platform is to be able to, yan, yung mga payment providers and yung logistics, provided na yan by Lazada. Especially if yung item nyo is packaged already. So yung mga items like naka-bottle that can be shipped through mail, easily, we can provide the logistics. Now, some disclaimer lang doon ay nationwide, we can deliver. But pick up, we are constantly trying to cover all places. So, in cooperation then also with DTI, we're working on getting more sellers. If there is a big amount of sellers who are demanding to have first mile coverage in those areas, we are constantly trying to invest more and to open up yung logistics network para makapag-pick up kami. So right now, Metro Manila fully covered. Yung mga close by areas are mostly covered. Way north, we also have some coverage already. So last year, hindi pa yan covered, pero we do have right now. We also have Cebu and Davao and a lot of the close by areas. But if you have any areas that you think that we should open first mile. So for example, some of you might be operating from some areas around the Philippines that has no first mile coverage. Just let us know, and we will be happy to assist and invest a little bit more doon sa areas na yan. So, ngayon, just to tell, 2021 is about owning this year, di ba? So, we want to own this year. And how have we adjusted? And not a lot of people actually know this. But some of the things that we have done already are to open up a lot of different things. So, unang-una sa lahat, we have Lazada for Good. So, if you have a business that has mga permits, the proper permits, and you want a donation, we have the Lazada for Good program. Now, if you are selling fresh goods, this is also open now. So we do have a lot of buyers and sellers who are looking for mga vegetables and meat. Yan. So if those are some things that you want to sell online, this is also an option for you. We have a program that's not just about delivering. It's also about promoting the items that are relevant to yung mga buyers natin. We also have Lazada Med. If you have over-the-counter items, of course, if may FDA dapat kayo dyan, we have the Lazada Med program to promote these items na over-the-counter as of now. Now, if you are also a content creator, we also have a program that can accommodate your business. So you see, in the past year, how have we adjusted? Is to widen the inclusion, is to widen those who are able to go on the platform. We also had bounce back campaigns. And we will continue to have more campaigns so that the buyer and seller will be able to meet in the middle. Right? So we have millions of customers coming online. Pero how about the sellers? We want them to discover you. We want them to discover your products. And MSME, just to talk about it, no? We have more than doubled the daily sellers. We have more than hundreds of sellers. We have hundreds of sellers who are coming onto the platform every day na nagsasell and starting their own business. And let me tell you that this is still very early in the e-commerce industry for a lot of businesses to come on board. So that's why we keep on inviting. And that is the benefit of a business like yours to come in as early as now. Now, it's not magic, definitely. I will not say na parang pag nag-sign up kayo, ay, meron na akong agad na benta. There is some investment involved. And the only thing we ask of you is to invest in your own business. Treat it like as a new sales channel. Pag mag-open kayo ng sales channel with the help of DTI, for example, there's some effort involved. Pupunta kayo doon, you will read your stocks, may marketing material kayo, and it's the same when you go online. Treat it as a sales channel. Parang nagbubukas kayo ng bagong sales channel. That business will reap benefits for you months down the road, or even days or weeks, depending on how you treat it. Talking about this now, we are one, and the whole e-commerce industry is growing with the government, and we are one. Because we need to build safeguards to build consumer trust. It's very important. And we also are committed to have MSMEs online, to have easy and on low uh, operating costs. Diba? So one of the advantages of going online is to have lower operating costs. And of course, we want to provide uh, MSMEs with resources and opportunities. And one of them is being here right now and offering our services. What are they basically? No? But before I go through there, let me talk a little bit about yung fresh and frozen food namin. So ever since we've launched in May, we have more than 600 plus live sellers already who have sold through the platform. So if you think na yung mga products ko baka hindi mag-succeed yan, you might be uh, missing out on opportunity. We have a lot of things already. You see, we're selling ice cream, seafood, breads and pastries, fruits and vegetables, meat and poultry. Napakaraming sellers already, and there are more than 600 live sellers. Meaning, bumibenta na sila today. They have at least one item on the platform that's available to be bought. And to make the story a little bit more real, we have some sellers who are attesting to this. Some of them have bigger sales now than they had before they started, before the pandemic, because of online. So that shift can be very good for your business. So now, what is a benefit when you go online? Of course, incubation. You will have an incubation that is right for you. So we will be helping. So that's why when you go online, we have a whole program for you guys to go online. So may tatawag sa inyo. So please, if you start to go online, the number na i-register nyo doon, within the first 7 days na meron kayo i-upload na product na pwedeng ibenta, may tatawag sa inyo dyan. Or if you want more in-depth, you know, in-depth na tulong, or if you want more people to really hold you, some of our team members are here actually to help you. And then I will leave my email address at the end of it, so you can email me direct. Shipping is there. You have a lot of options. You can ask us to fulfill for you. You can ask us to do your transactions straight from our warehouse to the customer. So pwede yun. That's an option. It's an option also to pick up from your warehouse or your house kung nandun yung business ninyo. You can also do drop-off in some drop-off points that's available for us. Or you can do your seller-owned fleet or kayo mismo yung mag-deliver. So that is an option for you guys. So you just have to decide which one is best for your business, and then we will be helping you out. And one big concern is that swift payout. So weekly kami nagbabayad. So ang example dyan is as long as ma-deliver yung item by Sunday, so everything in the past week na nabenta until Sunday, the payout will be, at latest, will be Thursday of the same week. So for example, yesterday, the payout was released to the sellers who were able to, kung yung mga orders nila were delivered by the Sunday before. So 1 week to less than a week is the usual payout process. But it's very fast. And it's very free for you to just learn. If you want to just sign up, diba, and learn, use the Lazada University, it's free. Walang bayad para matuto. Yung mga getting started, basics, operational excellence, to very complex topics already, like live stream. That is something that is free for everybody to learn from. And then, of course, service marketplace. So kung nahihirapan tayo to do certain aspects of our business, pwede natin i-outsource yan. And there's a service marketplace to do this. In fact, if you want to hire mga influencers who will promote your product, that is available on service marketplace. So for one session, one influencer can cost for their services will cost as little as 5,000 pesos to as high as mga 35 on the average to mga 70,000. Depende kung sino gusto nyo piliin. But they can do that marketing for you. So again, just to recap a little bit now, registration is fast, it's easy and free. If you want, just scan the QR code or copy that link on the screen. And the basic things that I want to leave with you are nationwide business. So once you go online, you have the potential to go nationwide. There are a lot of options for your business. And the number three is there will be help when you go online. So don't be afraid to start. There will be help. Again, it is not magic. Hindi yan na basta mag-sign up ako, okay na. There will be some investments involved, but there will be people or there will be systems to help you guys. So this is the end of my slide. Thank you. And if you have any questions, I have my email right there, petrus.carbonell@lazada.com.ph. Please send it to me. Or if you want, just go back to the link, sign up yourself. That's also okay. Thank you very much.
Right. Thank you very much, Sir Petrus. Ayan, no, ang daming interested at ang daming gustong humingi ng presentation. Ayan, no? Because of that, thank you very much. So ito, no, we'll start with our first question. Sabi dito, from Abigail Kalubiran, hope you can enlighten us on how we can be assured as buyers, especially with regards to returns.
Okay, and the returns is well, there's a lot of aspects sa returns. No? So the first and foremost that I want to say is if you want to return an item, there's a list of valid reasons you can do that. And it's free for you to do return. So if you initiate a return, the payment will be given back to you at no cost to you. So kasama pati yung delivery charge doon. And then we will take care of the cost to bring back the item to the seller, right? Yeah. So yun yung buyer, no? So we do have that process in place because we really want that's what the platform is for, diba? So we are facilitating the transaction and to make sure that it's as easy as possible. Then nobody covers it except us kung gusto niyo ibalik yung item. So for example, if an item is defective, yan, pwedeng niyo ibalik it at no cost to you, meaning the cost should not be there. If mali yung item na pinadala sa inyo, it's the same. So there is no payment to you. So for a business, it's the same. Wala silang gagastusin doon. It comes to the seller free. Right? So the logistics cost is borne by the platform in that. Right? So I hope that's but again, kasi when we're talking about returns, there's a lot of aspects there, right? If you go to the proper or mga pwedeng reasons to return, there's also a lot there. Right?
Alright. Yung siguro in relation kasi may nagbigay lang ng comment. Dami siguro mga Lazada customers din dito ngayon. Hindi lang yung mga sellers. Ayan. Kasi sometimes daw, parang ang hassle daw for the buyer to go to LBC and it's a long line just to return an item. May possibility daw po ba na parang yung defective item is picked up na lang from the house or any other way na hindi hassle sa buyer kasi it's not the fault of the buyer. Yun yung sinasabi nila, yung comment nila. Yung comments niyo po doon.
Okay. All right. Yeah, so we hear you and it depends lang sa coverage ng logistics. So may mga areas na or mga options na available na yung pick up. Right? So we're constantly trying to widen that coverage na available yung pick up, available yung drop off, at your option. So if you look at it now, at least dun sa area ko. So in my area, what happens is I have two options where I can drop off or have it pick up. Diba? So especially if under sila yung seller mo is under Lazmall or fulfilled by Lazada. Right? So may mga iba-ibang options yan. So in time, our goal is to cover more of the Philippines to be able na ma-pick up na lang or as easy as possible sa inyo. However, right now, the limitation is hindi pa lahat ng areas ay may ganong option. And I guess dun sa I think there's a mention mga isang logistics partner. Isa lang yung drop-off area for returns. So humahaba yung pila sometimes. But rest assured, we are working on that para mas madaming options for you. So right now, at least in my place, may LBC, tapos meron din akong JNT option sa akin. It might not be the same for everybody. Some areas will have even more options that are available for them. But rest assured, in time, as e-commerce grows, we will also widen that coverage.
Ayun. So at least, no, yan, good news yan. Syempre, improving as the time pass by. Ayan. So yung another question, are there ways ba, as a seller, no, are there ways to boost the product that you are selling? Parang pag sa Google search yung SEO, mas nauuna yung iyong produkto. Yan. Meron bang ganong feature sa Lazada or yeah?
Yes, actually meron yan. Meron kami tinatawag na Lazada Sponsored Solutions. So if you want to invest, parang ano yan, mga ads na tataas yan sa search. Pero before you're able to do that,
paid.
yes, it's paid. So,
Right.
pero before you do that, I suggest use the free items first. For example, seller picks. Libre yan. When you go on the platform, may click lang yan. Libre yun, seller picks. Because that will already help you. May mga tools kami like yung chat. That is already a very, very big help to your platform. And as it's very simple, as long as you have the right content. Kasi imagine if you're a customer, ano ba yung una mong ginagawa? You search for an item. So how will you be included there kung yung words, yung categorization mo or yung words na nandun ay hindi kumpleto? So doon pa lang, the very basic items, ano yan, boost na yan sa inyong store. Pero of course, if you want, we also have mga paid options. Pero for me, I will always suggest if you start, dun muna tayo sa mga basics. Once you're done there, then you can also go, of course, to Lazada Sponsored Solutions. Mga search, meron actually paid yan na mga, what do you call this, mga content creators na you pay them to promote your product. You can even join a campaign na kayo yung item na nakalagay doon. Of course, a lot of options for you guys if you want to boost your business.
Alright. So yung first siguro, try out muna nila. Yan, no? And then yun nga, yung use yung proper word to describe yung inyong produkto para mas madali silang makita kaagad. Tama po ba yun, sir?
Yes. So, yun muna, yung mga free, and then madali na later on to pay for boosting.
Alright. And then another one is, possible ba, sir, kasi nabanggit niyo yung kanina about yung cash on delivery na sana more electronic payment na. Is it possible for sellers to say na, okay, we do not accept COD? Or disadvantage ba yun kasi yung mga hindi makabayad through online, hindi nila masasakop? What's your comment on that?
Well, looking at the market right now, karamihan pa rin sa ating mga customer ay COD. Right? And although we are encouraging mga online payment or digital payment, if you start saying na parang you close it to COD, only, you don't want to COD, especially if you're fulfilled by seller, no? If kayo yung nagde-deliver, may option kayo to do that. If you do that, you're also parang lessening yung scope ng inyong market. So for me, consider that into the decision for your business. And I think later on, you will see na baka it might be easier to just have mga certain safeguards in place. Like yung packaging has to be better, ganyan. Kasi naman, if it's a failed delivery, yung item naman, pagbabalik sa inyo, will be care of Lazada or care of the platform. So, there's no cost to you. So, again, I'm just saying na parang you might want to consider those factors when you decide na COD or non-COD.
All right. And then from Annie, do you have an incentive program for sellers in your platform? May mga incentives daw po ba?
Okay, so ang incentive program, yes, we do have mga incentive programs, right? Marami kaming may mga cashback programs kami for if you use free shipping, for example. We also have mga programs that will boost or parang additional traffic that will help you if you comply with certain certain actions on the platform. So particularly what we ask of you is to be engaged on the platform. So use mga tools, for example. One is use the tools. Pangalawa, make sure that you're able to answer the customers and you fulfill properly. So yung mga sellers who are highly rated sa ganon, meaning they fulfill properly, we do have mga incentive programs for in different forms. So one of the best incentive programs is to get you more traffic by putting you in campaigns. So pag naka-feature kayo sa campaign, tumataas yun. We also have mga cashback, for example, na if you use a certain tool, which is mga free shipping more, may mga cashback programs kami, and you can take a look at that. But overall, there are a lot of incentive programs if you're an MSME on the platform.
Ayun. So dapat, ano ka, responsible and good seller ka to be able to get those incentives. Correct po ba yon, Sir Petrus?
Yes. You have to be
Yeah.
a good seller, of course. Diba?
Ayan, okay. No, so unfortunately, no, that's wraps up our Q&A. Marami pa kayong questions, but I know, Sir Petrus, you'll be sending them your email ba? Did you show them your email address kanina? You're
Yes.
saying if they have.
It's petrus.carbonell@lazada.com.ph. I'll type it in the chat so
Alright.
everybody can get it. Okay.
Yun pero wag kayong magbigay ng complaints baka puro complaints ng binili nyo ang isend nyo kay Sir Petrus, alright? Yung mga questions na lang regarding, about how to be on Lazada and to be an online seller. Yan, maraming salamat ulit, Sir Petrus, for your insights at, marami kaming natutunan despite a very limited time. But before we go, let's have a photo op muna. Ayan, sir. Alright, so we're ready. Mr. Cameraman, ready na po ba?
Yes, we're ready. Okay, stand by. And 5, 4, 3, 2. All right, one more. 5, 4, 3, 2. Okay, we're good.
Alright, ang galing, no? Kahit online, may picture taking pa rin. Maraming salamat ulit, Sir Petrus, and good luck pa. Alright, thank you.
Bye-bye.
Alright. So now, again, I hope marami kayong natutunan, and if you have more questions, just send an email to Sir Petrus Carbonell. Ayan. Don't send complaints. Ayan. All right. And now, some reminders lang ulit. Again, later we will be having our e-raffle. As long as you're here on the webinar, in the Zoom webinar, you're entitled to win our lucky our gift boxes. Ayan, nakikita nyo from Coco Plus, Aquarian Development Corporation, Hiniliban Foundation Incorporated, and Everything Green PH. O diba? Basket pa lang, masaya na ang inyong mapapanalunan.